love that for you.
Oh, look who decided to come in. I told Kevin to grab Willow. It's gonna need to be one-handed, isn't it? So we do the one by one. I need to make some caramels for my neighbors because it's been a little bit loud this year with the babies.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love.
All right, here we are. It's about 6:30 at night, and all day I have been watching Miss Coco right here. Let's see if it'll focus. There she is. Been watching her all day, and she's just been, you know, getting up and down, laboring, getting a little bit more into active labor where she's starting to dig and push. So I'm gonna make a prediction. I think she's gonna kid, well, at least before we go to bed, maybe between like 8 and 10.
I hope before we go to bed.
I know, but that's what I'm guessing is gonna happen because she's getting closer. She's having stronger contractions, and she's been really good. She's just been like quietly just chilling in there. At one point, she started licking the ground, and I was like, "Oh no, is that a kid?" But I think it was just a little bit of fluid that came out. You know how they get a little obsessive about that. So we are gearing up. We're gonna eat dinner. We're watching her closely, and we'll see you when we have active labor.
Hooves on the
Hooves coming out. Okay, a little bit earlier than I predicted, but we do have a nose and a hoof, which we love. We love that for you. Just keep pushing.
Hooves on the ground.
Okay. Here it comes. You got it. Good job.
Yeah, she's a good pusher. It seems
Yeah,
like.
she's doing really good for a first timer. It's hard to get. Oh, look at that little nose.
Oh.
It's a little dark nose. Look at Kevin. I'm just gonna predict that's a buckling from that nose. I know it's tight. It's so hard because it's so tight for these first timers. So tight.
She's such a good pusher. She's so strong.
Let's get this little front hoof out first. I think that might help a little. There we go. Okay, keep going. Let me get from this side. You got it. That's a big one.
There we go.
There we go. Let's not go too fast here. Let's get this. Okay, take a breather. The next contraction is going to get started here. Ready? She needs a little break, man. That was a lot. Okay, come on.
Good push. Good job.
Okay. That's a big one.
Whoa.
They're always big when they're singletons. When I see a big old nose like that, I always think, can you hear that? Okay.
She wants to lick. Lick, lick, lick.
Here, let me get off the blanket. I just gotta check. That's a doling, Kevin.
What?
That's huge. You want to pull that over for me?
Okay.
That's
what?
a big old doling. And
That's a glitch in the matrix. A big old doling.
Oh my gosh. That's a big, big girl. Good job. That's a big old head. I was for sure that it was a buckling. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that doeling is gonna be a big, strong doeling.
What color is that, Kevin?
Could it be a chamois?
No.
Just buckskin.
Do you even follow along?
I know it's buckskin, but sometimes it could be both, right?
Well, but we can't have chamois from this pairing.
Oh, okay.
Impossible.
Inconceivable.
I guess I'm not 100% accurate on these buckling face predictions, Kevin. I really thought that was. I mean, that was a really wide muzzle.
Yeah.
But funny enough, or is it funnily enough?
I don't know.
A big wide muzzle like that is really desirable in the goat world because wide muzzle usually translates to larger lungs, larger barrel capacity to eat, to breathe, and they're just like overall healthier animals.
She looks like she's gonna be healthy.
She's a healthy one. Oh, that's so fun to have one little doeling. A little buddy.
Wait a second. That's just a...
No, that's just the placenta, yeah. You're not cleaning her as much as you're cleaning up the towel.
Yeah, you're eating the...
You have to clean a baby. Let's scoot her on top of that. Listen, this is more important. Let's do that. Let's see if she has any moon spots. I think she does right here.
Oh.
There you go. Hang out with your mom for a minute. Let me double check. Is that yeah, big old doeling. Okay.
A girl monster. Normally don't have girl monsters.
I thought you were gonna say she's a piece of garbage.
She's a
cute
girl,
piece of garbage.
Yeah, a cute little
She's
curly,
so cute. You've got a
curly.
big face and you're really strong and healthy. She already took the bottle right away,
Oh
so
my gosh.
she's really,
Look at that
she's
nose.
got it.
Got a wide muzzle, so that means she's strong.
Oh, you are so cute. Okay, let's trim your little umbilical cord. Let's just do a fresh cut. Then we do a clean. I really like to soak it. It doesn't hurt. It's fine. All right, so we know that this, well, we bred her with Romeo. We didn't do any extra sires with her. So she's a Romeo daughter. I think she might have a moon spot. I might be wrong though. I might be wrong. But we need a cute name for you. You've got little wonky ears. Show them your ears.
Donkey.
They'll straighten out. Well, singletons are kind of tricky because they can imbalance the udder, but I think we can stay on top of it. With our hybrid method, I'm milking like all the time and I'm really watching it. So I think we'll stay on top of it with her, and
She's huge, she'll drink a lot.
she will drink a lot. So I think
And then we milk out the extra.
we'll be good. Still trying to figure it out here. She wants her at the front, not the back. Oh, she needs her molasses water, Kevin. Molasses water!
To the rescue.
There you go. Oh. So it was only Frankie that didn't like it. So far, all of our goats have just loved their molasses water. Gonna slurp that up. Ugh, yum. Is that good?
Don't get some.
And then she remembers, oh wait, I have a kid. Gotta take care of my big Bertha. Okay, these Blue Eddy power stations are so cool, and I want to share with you guys today one of their smallest but most efficient power stations. The Blue Eddy Elite portable power station is really cool because you can take this anywhere. It's small enough to fit in a lot of different places. It's perfect for camping, RV trips, as a home backup, or if you just want to use it anywhere on your property for power.
When you got a farm like we do. These work out so well for us because we always have these odd jobs on the farm. I have to cut this fence out in the middle of nowhere where there's no power, so brought it out here. Use my grinder, cut the fence. The big thing with this is it's 3 kW in such a small package. That's unheard of.
Yeah, it has that capacity, but it's in the size of a 2 kilowatt class.
Crazy.
This is especially useful for RV or off-grid people because it has a specific TT30R AC output and a 12-volt 30A DC output. So it can power your RV gear, fridge, lights, and more. But what's cool is on the app, you can do lots of fun stuff. You can set auto power schedules, so everything's running smoothly with lights, heaters, and pumps whenever you want.
And this has the same feature like the other ones that we love, that turns on in 10 milliseconds if your power goes out. Another great thing about this unit is it has 12 volts of power, which I need a lot of times for my weird
all your little inventions.
All my farm, you know, tools. Sometimes you need 12 volts. So this one has a 12 volt car output, and so I can do my pond light that takes 12 volts.
If you want to get your own Bluetti Elite 300 power station, you can click the link in the description to check them out. And they work for little goats too.
Just the right size. A tiny baby goat.
Watch when I open this door, because it's gonna be loud. Oh, they haven't noticed us yet. There's one baby. Oh, here we go. Oh, the screaming gets louder. Okay, first up is little Frankie. Okay, you're actually not being too loud this morning. This is the first look at Frankie's full udder and her first milking experience. This is a beautiful udder. It's a little bit small, but it is beautiful. Okay, will this be fun for us? Yeah, it will be. Let's just relax a little bit. This is gonna need to be one-handed, isn't it? Okay, one-handed it is. When it comes to whether or not I'm gonna keep Frankie, you know, this is where it gets really difficult because as you improve genetics in your herd, you have to make tough cuts, and this is a beautiful, beautiful udder. But I don't love how posty she is in her rear legs. That's something that I've had problems with in the past, and I don't really want to try to breed out. So, okay, you can step around me, but I'm gonna keep my hand there. No. So I have actually decided to sell her to a friend of mine who is into showing. She's really excited to be able to work with her. It's going to be like a great udder for her herd, so it's sort of like the best situation for all. And I can watch her grow. It's so tricky. Once you get really nice goats like Violet, it's hard to accept anything less. It's okay, we're almost done. The way I train first fresheners is I just keep a hand on there. And eventually they learn that kicking isn't going to get them what they want. Sometimes it also helps to just go in with the pump, which we'll do. Let's try it out. That's a beautiful little udder though. It's well attached. That's beautiful. And sometimes it's worse because they freak out at this. But we'll see how she does.
Will you help?
Oh, it's okay. I got it. It can be a lot, so I usually like to hand milk it first, but we'll see how she does for a little bit of this. Okay, good job. And I normally don't spray the after spray if they're gonna go right back to their kids, because I don't want the kids to, you know, drink all that off anyway. Come on. Get down. Good girl. Okay, watch out. Big Mama's clean. Hurry up. Okay, so here's Wednesday's second year udder. This is just a 12-hour fill. So she's got a lot of capacity and it's nice and snug. What, you let all of them in? You let all of them in?
Oh my god. The bunny like the bunny like the bunny like the bunny.
Good job. They're looking at our mirror. I got a mirror so we could practice setting up in front of it. Oh, oh. You got one more. Twyla's gonna fight the mirror.
Fight the mirror.
And because Wednesday has such good dairy skin and she stretches a lot, it takes a longer fill to really like get her full up here, but she's got a lot of milk and she's really nice. I love Wednesday. So Wednesday's mama is River, and River has like a tougher skin, and Wednesday, since she comes from Lancelot, has really, really stretchy dairy skin, which I love because it's so much easier to milk. Almost done. Let River in, then we can compare. If you can do that. Okay, bye Wednesday. You're good to see your babies in just a little bit. All right, come on River. Don't worry about the mirror. A lot of work to milk a million goats every morning, but we get it done somehow. Okay, good job. All right. And this girl wins the award, Twyla, for having the tightest udder. There's no such thing as a perfect goat because yes, she has like a beautiful udder, but she is a little bit shorter bodied. She's not very long, so there's no such thing as a perfect goat. She also has one teat a little bit bigger than the other, but we don't worry about that. Ta-da! Having 5 kids will really make your udder be making milk. Tell you what, Violet is making a lot of milk this year. And even though she's feeding her babies, you know, she actually just prefers to feed the bucklings, I know. So I milk her at night too to make sure that all of that milk is being used. There's a lot of interesting theories on why moms will often choose the males as the ones that they prefer to raise up. Males are usually bigger and stronger, and their instinct is to feed the strongest one because that one has the highest likelihood of surviving. But sometimes I think it's just because the bucklings are more persistent and they wear her down. She finally gives in. Okay, good job. You just love your grain, don't you? Just so excited you do a little dance for me every day. Lou has a really nice udder, but again, it's so hard because when you have a goat as nice as Violet and her progeny, you're just like, ooh, does it compare? Will they ever win against her? No, they wouldn't, but she still has value. They all still have value, and that's the thing about goats, they all have different strengths. So sometimes we're shooting for like the whole package. Who has the most positive traits? You're so ready to hop over, aren't you? Watch. Hop. And now we feed a bunch of hungry babies. They're screaming. They're hungry. Kevin is a good milk pourer. These are nice because these have big wide openings. We really need to build one of those long bars like we did that one year. But one thing we've noticed with the long bars where you put the milk bottles in it is that they do this and then it wastes a lot of milk and then the goats don't like it.
Gets on their noses.
So we do the one by one, and since we're only doing it once a day, it's not that big a deal. Oh, look who decided to come in. I told Kevin to grab Willow. Get up there, Willow. Because she deserves a treat.
She remembers the way after not being milked for 7 years.
She does. And she still has her bendy legs. This is carpal hyperextension. It's kind of a issue that plagues a lot of Nigerian dwarf goats that breeders are trying to breed it out. And yeah, she has it in both legs, unfortunately. And Willow is sort of the reason why I got so passionate about trying to improve genetics in the breed. I saw how much she suffered and her mom suffered, and I saw that good breeding is really, really important to focus on. So that's what I strive to do. All thanks to Miss Willow here, who has no more udder. She's been spayed. Just a little teeny udder.
She did have a really nice udder.
It was okay, yeah, it was pretty good.
Space, she's a
Just
big
didn't
producer.
have the legs to carry her body.
Yeah.
That's okay, sometimes we don't have that. She's our only blue-eyed girl, Kevin. Because we've just like randomly not had blue-eyed goats. Not on purpose, we just haven't. She's our one blue-eyed.
Special.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a whole gallon tote of milk. And I was thinking what I should do is I need to make some caramels. It's a long process, but I need to make some for my neighbors because it's been a little bit loud this year with the babies crying, and our neighbors never complain. They're the sweetest people on both sides, on all sides really, across the street as well. They bring their kids or grandkids over to play with the baby goats, and they're super supportive of what we do. This is an area with agriculture, so some of our neighbors have horses and even cows in their backyard. But I think I'm gonna make some really good caramels with this milk. And it's gonna be a process. First, we're gonna start with pasteurizing. Even though when you make caramels, they're cooked at a high temperature, it's gonna take a couple days for this process. I'm not gonna start it for a couple days. So I've gotta pasteurize today to have a clean base when we start making the caramels. The pasteurizing process is pretty simple. I strain the milk into a double boiler, which is basically a pot within a pot of water. And then I throw in my timer thermometer, which is gonna alert me when it hits the right temperature. And I let it go. After about 15 minutes, when we check in the middle and make sure it hits 165, we take it out and put in a little soup paddle, which is this handy little frozen container that cools it down fast. Now, since goat's milk is naturally homogenized, you're really not gonna get a layer of cream on the top of the milk. So you have to use a cream separator. So we pour the milk in, and this little handy machine does its job, putting the cream in one bowl and the skim milk in another bowl. In the end, we have about 2 cups of cream from about 3/4 gallon of milk. And now it's time to make the caramels. Now, I didn't say that this was healthy, because it's not. It requires a pound of butter, an entire bottle of corn syrup, 4 cups of sugar, 2 cups of brown sugar, my goodness, some salt, and then a full quart of goat cream. So this was collected over the course of 2 days. I pasteurized it, cream separated it, and then froze it so that it was nice and fresh when I started to make the caramels. It's a process, let me tell you. So now we're just gonna get this all melted together, and then I'm gonna scoot over a stack of chairs and settle in, because this is gonna be about an hour or so of mixing. Now I'm gonna use my timer thermometer again, which will alert me when it gets to the right temperature, and then I'm also going to multitask by playing chess on my iPad, so it helps pass the time. And we stir and stir and stir as we wait for some of the liquid to evaporate and condense it down into caramel. Once we hit the soft ball stage, which is the stage at which you'll have a chewy, soft candy, we'll pour it into these buttered baking dishes. And then once it's cooled, I'm gonna top it with a little bit of salt. I stuck it in the fridge for about 30 minutes, and then I took it out, cut it up, and started wrapping. This is a process, and I can't play chess while I'm doing it, but they're so pretty when they're done. I even had these special labels made, because you know me, it's gotta look cute. And if you recognize that goat on there, you get a gold star, because she was a cutie. And hopefully this helps my neighbors forgive me a little bit for the screaming session every morning this kidding season. You're being loud. Hello. Oh, she's such a cutie. You're so cute. Okay, so here's something about this little girl. I know I said earlier, oh, just come up with a name, but I forgot. Coco has a really cool name, and not one person has pointed this out, that it's so cool that I named her Go Glen Coco.
Oh my god.
You guys. Very disappointing.
Mean girls.
So it'd be cool to name her a little mean girl name.
Yeah.
So you could think of something. Her personality is really goofy. She's a goofy girl that hops all around and has kind of like a goofy little hop as she is learning to move.
Goofy ears.
There you go. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this. Is she preferring one side or not? Come stand in front. What do we got? Looks pretty balanced to me, actually. I think you just have more milk than she can drink. So today was little new baby's first day with all day with mom, because yesterday we did bottle training. So we'll have to see. And because we have to still continue bottle training her every morning, we have to have some way to make sure baby doesn't nurse during the night so that the baby's hungry in the morning. And you can do it different ways. You can separate mom and baby. You could put the baby in a little cage next to mom. So we're gonna do one more day of teat tape. It's kind of easiest, and also baby's still little enough to not quite figure out how to take it off. Pretty soon they get smart though and they figure it out. But right now, I think we're still good to use the tape. If you separate mom and baby, you are gonna have some screaming goats. So I like to try to keep it as quiet as possible for the neighbors, and teat tape helps us do that. They're together, they're happy, but baby doesn't nurse, and that udder will fill up tomorrow morning on milk, feed some back to the baby, and that makes sure that the baby stays friendly. The baby has all day to be with mom and nurse throughout the day, but we'll still have to check every night to make sure that she's not choosing just one side to eat. All right, thanks for joining us in today's video. It is getting hot here. The weather's shifting to pretty much summer for us. We've got a lot of pond work coming up, show season coming up, and we still have a tail end kidding. We have one last doe due, but the cool news is I just got the DNA back for all the babies that we did dual breedings on, and I'm gonna wait till next week to give you guys the results. But it was interesting.